You know that moment when you're staring at a blank query editor? You know roughly what you want, but turning that thought into actual SQL feels like one step too many? Yeah, we fixed that. Welcome back to the DB Pro Devlogs. I'm Jay, one of the co-founders of DB Pro. If you're new here, welcome. We're building DB Pro, a modern, beautiful, and fast database client for macOS, Windows, and Linux. It's completely free to download, and if you haven't grabbed it yet, the link is in the description. Right, 6 months ago, in Devlog 1, we laid out our vision. A powerful database client with an interface that doesn't make you feel like you need a PhD to use it, and eventually, AI built right in. Well, 6 months later, here we are. We've added AI to DB Pro. In this devlog, I'm going to walk you through how the AI assistant works, in the SQL editor, and in the new AI assistant sidebar. And I'll also share some of the thinking behind the decisions we made building it, because there were a few places where we deliberately went against what you might expect. More on that in a second. Let's get into it. When we sat down to figure out how AI should work in DB Pro, we didn't want to just bolt on a chat window and call it a day. We thought very carefully about where AI actually adds value for database users, and we landed on 2 places. The first is the AI Assistant sidebar. It's always there. No matter where you are in DB Pro, you can open it from the top right-hand corner and you've got a chat panel where you can talk to your selected AI model. Ask questions, write queries, generate dashboards, all of it happens in here. The second is built directly into the SQL editor. This one's my favorite to demo. You're in the editor and you hit / and you drop into AI mode. Describe what you want, hit return, and the query appears right at your cursor. It's like magic. You can do this anywhere in the editor, multiple times, mid-query. It's fast, it's seamless, and once you've used it, going back feels weird. Let's see it in action. So here I've got the AI assistant open. By now, most of you will have used some kind of AI tool, whether that's ChatGPT or Claude. You just talk to it naturally. One thing I want to show you early is giving the AI context about your schema. Let's say you've inherited a database. Maybe it's not yours, maybe it was built 2 years ago by someone who has since left the company, and you're trying to figure out what a particular table actually does. We've all been there. Well, with this, you can just ask and bring that table into the conversation by hitting the @ key. Then you can bring in tables, save queries, or even dashboards. And there you go, instant explanation. That alone is worth it for a lot of people. Now, at this point, you might be wondering, how much does the AI actually know about your database? And this is one of the decisions I mentioned at the start. We were very deliberate about this. We have 3 permission levels, and you control them. Off, so AI is completely disabled in DB Pro. No schema, no data, nothing goes anywhere. In fact, the AI interface isn't even enabled. Schema only, so the AI can see the structure of your database, the table names, the column names, types, relationships, but none of your actual data. And finally, schema and data, so the AI gets full context, including data when you interact with it. You can switch between these at any time, and I want to be clear about something important. We, the makers of DB Pro, never log or inspect your AI chat requests, ever. When you're using your own API key, those requests go directly from the DB Pro client to OpenAI or Anthropic or Google or whoever you've chosen. They don't touch our servers. The only exception is if you're using the free DB Pro model, which routes through us. But even then, we're not reading your chats. Speaking of which, every installation of DB Pro gets 10 free AI requests per day built in. That's not nothing. You can do a lot with 10 requests, but if you want unlimited, all you have to do is bring your own API key. We support OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, OpenRouter, and even Ollama. So if you want to run models locally and keep everything on your own machine, you can do that too. You're not locked into anything. Okay, let's talk about what the AI can actually do for you. Writing SQL queries is the obvious one, but let's show it anyway. You get a query back, formatted nicely in an interactive component right there in the AI Assistant chat. You can run it, see the results, or open it in a new SQL editor to keep working on it. Oh, and here's something I want to flag because it really does matter. The AI never runs queries automatically. Never. You always have to run it yourself. And we made that decision deliberately, early on. The AI is there to help you, not to act on your database without your say-so. That felt important for trust, especially for anyone using DB Pro on production data. And here's the inline version. / describe the query, and hit return. The SQL appears at my cursor. I can move around the editor, hit / again, and generate a second query in a different spot. It's a really clean workflow once you get used to it. And now, the feature I'm most excited about. AI-generated dashboards. We added dashboards in the last update, and the response has been brilliant. People love them. They look great, and they're genuinely useful for keeping an eye on your data at a glance. The one piece of feedback we got was making them takes time. Even with a nice editor, you're still writing queries, picking chart types, arranging widgets, and all of this just adds up. So we asked ourselves, what if you could just point at a table and have a dashboard built for you? Watch this. 2 clicks, and the AI starts generating in real time. Done. A fully formed dashboard in seconds. It's picked sensible chart types, pulled the right columns, laid it out cleanly, and you can edit anything afterwards. But most of the time, you might not need to. You can also ask the AI assistant to build a dashboard in the chat, and you can reference multiple tables and give it specific requirements. It handles all of that. So that's the AI feature as it stands today. But I want to give you a quick look at where we're taking this, because we've got some ideas we're pretty excited about. One of the things on the roadmap is automated database auditing. The idea is you run the AI audit and it analyzes your database, looking for slow queries, missing indexes, structural issues, and gives you a prioritized report of what to fix and how. It's basically a code review, but for your database. We think that's going to be genuinely useful for developers who don't live in the database layer every day. And more on that when it's ready. So to recap, what's new in this update? We have an AI assistant sidebar, which is always accessible for queries, explanations, and dashboards, and so much more. We have Inline AI in the SQL editor. All you do is you hit / to activate, and it will generate queries at your cursor. You can generate dashboards using AI, just 2 clicks and you've got a working dashboard. We have 3 privacy levels. You control exactly what the AI can see, and you can bring your own API key, whether that's for OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, OpenRouter, or Ollama. Also, you get 10 free requests per day built into DB Pro, no setup required. You can download DB Pro for free at dbpro.app, and the link is in the description. If you found this useful, a like and subscribe genuinely does help the channel more than you'd think. It helps other developers find the project, and it keeps us motivated to keep shipping. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.